Well, I'll start by saying this. I have the utmost respect for Donnie Jones and the job he's done this year, he and his staff, to hold that team together with the circumstances surrounding their team and win 20 games. He's done a fantastic job. In my opinion, the best job of any coach in our league. And very proud of him. We've known each other a long time, but I'm very proud of him and the job he's done. That's a good team and a hard-fought game tonight.
Seems like Dwayne's just been kind of unconscious lately, especially tonight. I mean, why was he so good, do you think?
Well, you know, Dwayne, as we've talked about really from the very beginning, he's one of those unique guys that has a way to get the ball in the hole. You know, sometimes it's posting, sometimes it's falling away, sometimes it's double pumping. He's a scorer, and it's not always pretty, but he finds a way to get that ball in the goal. And, you know, when he gets it going, like a lot of our guys will run some certain stuff for him to get him more touches. But the thing about it, he's been so efficient. You know, he gets 35, but at Marshall, he's 13 for 20. That's 65%. Tonight he goes, 9 for 15, if I'm not, 9 for 15, gets to the foul line 12 times. So it's not like he's having to take 28 shots to get 30. He's a very good player. I'll be shocked if he's not a first-team All-League guy.
Is he the kind of guy that, looking forward to the conference tournament, that you want him to carry you through next week, or is that not really how y'all are built?
Well, we're not built that way, but the facts are the facts. He's our leading scorer, and he's been playing exceptionally well. So he's talented enough, he's good enough that he can put us on his back, if not for complete games, at least spurts or parts of games. And I think he's done that the last 4 or 5 weeks, and hopefully it'll continue in Tulsa. Yeah, shoot, if there was any way possible, trust me, we would try to make that happen. But I just feel fortunate to be able to coach that kid, especially just so unique or odd or fortunate, whatever you want to say, how it all started when I signed that kid 5 years ago. And it's pretty cool when he came out for senior night. He was as serious as he could be, and he just gave me a hug, said, "Coach, I'm so thankful for you, and I love you." And you know, it may sound corny, but that's why you do this stuff.
Jonathan, close down Richard. You know, these seniors, when you think about it, I mean, they play a big part in the turnaround program. That's kind of middle of the road when you go along.
Yeah, no question. You know, when you talk about Richard and Mills have won 48 games in 2 years, and a huge part of their team last year that had the winningest season in the history of the school, and go back to the NCAA tournament for the first time in 21 years. What those two guys, along with Neil and Cedric, of course, have accomplished has been fantastic. And then in Dwayne's only year of Division I basketball, to be able to do what he's done, 23 wins already, break the school record, 12 conference wins, you know, be an all-conference guy, which I'm sure he will be. It's neat. It's awesome, and they're good people. And I tell them this all the time. You'll remember these games and these times for the rest of your life. And I can't imagine those three guys having anything but positive memories of Southern Miss.
Kids, to their credit, are talking about, hey, we're not worried about whether we got to win the thing or not. All our worry about is winning games. That being said, do you feel like you got to win the tournament, or are you dancing on that bubble still?
You know, obviously we're on the bubble with Lenardi thinking we're in the first 4 out. You know, the realistic, I probably don't want to say too much. The bottom line is this: we feel like we have to go win the tournament unless we get some help from some others.
Coach, whenever Neil went out with the 4 fouls, do you think that took away from the flow of the offense a little bit?
Yeah, because we were kind of flowing at that time. I think we were up 12 or 14, 10 or 12 maybe when he went out. And, you know, we had 2 or 3 back-to-back bad possessions. We turned it over. They bang in a 3. We foul them. They get an and one. And so, yes, to answer your question offensively. Now, I thought defensively late in the game, they kept going right at him knowing he had 4 fouls. So we made the substitution and put Richard up top. Usually he's in the forward spot in our zone. We put him up there with a little more size and length on Sykes, and I thought he did a nice job.
Well, you guys did a nice job kind of down low. Obviously, there were times when their height got to you, but I thought you guys battled that.
We did, and I mean, anytime you give up 21 offensive rebounds, Tim, you say, "Whoo, wow, you didn't battle," but really we did. I mean, you're playing Richard at 6'2" at the 4, and Mills at 6'4" at the 5, and they've got 6'9", 260, 6'9", 240. They were punishing us at times, but our kids kept competing, and even the couple times they offensive rebounded, we'd smack it out of their hands where they didn't get a layup, or we'd tip it where they got the ball, but at least it was back toward half court. So, bottom line, we've got a tough, gritty group. We really do.
Coach, last week you said Mills was your favorite player. Anything hold more true than now?
It's just when you watch that kid play, he took, at least 2 charges tonight, maybe 3. What's amazing, if you're not a coach or you don't watch the tape, you don't understand how many times a ball comes off a rim and he doesn't get it. So there's no statistic of his rebound, but he'll just get a hand on it to keep it alive, and then one of our guys grabs it and lays it in. And, Mills gets no stat on that, but he's the one, if he doesn't make that last-ditch effort, we don't get the layup. And so many times, like tonight, it's kind of a scrum for a loose ball, and he just dives in there. Now, he didn't come up with the loose ball, but he popped it loose, and we get it, and we're playing at the other end in transition. He's a winner, man, and he's not only my favorite player on this team, he's probably, in 7 years of being a head coach, one of my 3 favorite players I've ever coached.
Looking for Davis down the stretch now. I mean, is he a guy, I want that ball in his hands just from, obviously he's great at the free throw line, et cetera.
Yeah, no question, Tim. And, my staff, I had to tell them to shut up because all I kept hearing was, "Let's get it, Dwayne. Let's get it, Dwayne." I'm like, I got you. Calm down. But, it's pretty obvious whether you're a coach or an average fan, you want the ball in Dwayne's hands, and especially the way he shoots free throws. I mean, perfect from the line tonight. But the thing about him, and like a lot of guys on our team, Gerald's the same way now. He wants the ball. There'll be times I'll draw something up in a timeout, and not in a disrespectful way, but he's like, give it to me, But I think that's a good trait, certainly a trait that helps him be as successful as he's been.
You worked in Dion a little bit. Now he's the idea that come conference time he's going to place against
Yeah,
the
Pat, I've done a bad job with him in Norville. I just have, I played Dion 9 minutes. I told him tonight he was going to play 8 to 12, so that's good. These games where our team's margin of error is so small this year, I probably haven't done a good enough job of letting those guys play through mistakes, and it's so hard. You got Dion in the game for a minute, and if he happens to make a mistake, and you got Dwayne Davis sitting over here, you guys would be the same way. You'd be like, let's get Dwayne back in. And so it's hard, but those 2 kids' attitude has been fantastic all year, and I thought Dion was solid tonight. He was good.
What's this year been like? I mean, just in terms of, and I know you're probably not in any mood to start looking back yet, but I mean, this has been quite a ride.
Well, it has, and I've said this on a couple different interviews, or in a couple different interviews. My first week of workouts with these guys, if you would have said we'd win 23 games and break the conference record of wins with 12, I would have been like, you're crazy, you're out of your mind. We've got no size, we didn't have playmakers, putting in a new system with our press and our zone. I swear, with our schedule early like it was, 3 home games in the first 13, I was scared to death we'd be about, 4 and 11 starting league play. And I know how good this league is. So it's all a credit to my staff and our kids at how hard they've worked, how quickly they've bought in. And obviously you get some surprises. We knew Dwayne was good. I didn't think we'd be that good. Gerald Brooks is a junior college transfer who's been fantastic all year long. And then Richard and Cedric have made great progress and growth throughout the season. So totally surprised early, and as I grew to know our team and understood the makeup of our team, I feel like we've continued to do what we now expect. And I think we've got as good a shot as anyone in this tournament. Trust me, I know how good Memphis is. They're unbelievable, in my opinion, talent-wise. But I think we'll go in there with guns a-blazing and see what we can do.
When in the season did you realize that you could go toe-to-toe with any team in the conference?
I think, believe it or not, after our first 2 games, now Western Kentucky's had some injuries this year, so their record doesn't indicate how good they were supposed to be or how good they were early in the year before some of those injuries took place. and then you go on the road to Georgia, and Georgia's gotten better as the year went along too. But anytime you can beat a good program without Neal and without Cedric, if you remember, neither guy played, and then you go on the road and beat a SEC team, I felt really 2 games in, hey, we might have a chance here.
But not this good.
Yeah, probably not this good, no, but I thought at least we could be competitive and have a chance to have a winning season a little bit better.